Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Dark. This is the 5th episode of the 1st season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode was interesting again. We had a little bit of a scare thinking that another child was abducted. This time we thought it was a little girl. You know, she was waiting for her parents to come and pick her up from school. There was a miscommunication in the time. School finished early because the teacher was sick. And obviously the parents didn't get the memo. She's ended up deciding to walk home on her own, and then it was scare time, mate. Literally, I think her mum and dad are basically the therapist of Jonas. He's the father, and Charlotte, the police officer. You know, the woman that we seen in the past when she was a young girl. She's seen it all happening. She was collecting the birds. She was the one that was drawing them. You know, she was measuring them, writing down the sizes, you know, keeping a diary of the different ones that was falling. And then obviously we've seen them into the present. She's doing it again. She's seen them fall when she stood outside the police station. It was her kid, Charlotte's. You know, she went in, she was looking for her, she was panicking, she was scared. I mean, interesting stuff was revealed about their relationship, basically. That husband, you know, he's not really a husband technically like anymore. They're living in separate rooms. He was sleeping, but it looks like it was with some transgender people. Like, basically, he was saying that, you know, he's no longer into women. You know, he's got different, like, I don't know, sexual desires, and them two have been absent for a while. You know, basically she was ringing him, she was asking him where he was on the night. She was kind of like suspicious of stuff that was going on. She was investigating kind of him, as well as obviously all the other disappearances that have kind of been going on. And like I said, we thought that her daughter, the first little girl, was taken, you know, because the other few have been boys right now. But no, surprisingly, she actually just walked home. But when she got to her house, she said that she met a friend. His name was like Noah. That was the first time that was kind of dropped. But then at the end of the episode, you know, a little boy was walking through the woods himself, and he approached by another man in a hood who said Noah sent him. So that's the second time in one episode that Noah's been dropped. First time it was information to a little girl, and second time it was to a little boy. So I don't really know what's going on, but it's really interesting. And I actually want to see more of the 86. I want to see more of the past or the present or whatever you want to call it, the time traveling bit. That's a bit exciting me the most. That's a big question mark, and I cannot wait for it to be unraveled. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Nachrichten. Kreis Winden. Ein erneuter Vermisstenfall erschüttert die Stadt. Ein 9-jähriger Junge gilt seit heute früh als verschwunden. Der letzte Vermisstenfall liegt dabei gerade 3 Tage zurück.
Dieser Noah, kannst du ihn beschreiben? Kannst du ihn beschreiben? Beischicken. Und du wirst ihm genau erklären, wie dieser Noah aussieht. Okay?
Warst du in der Nacht, als Mikkel verschwunden ist? In der Praxis. Mich angerufen hast. 23 Uhr.
Dass du nicht in der Praxis warst. Wenn du irgendetwas mit dem Verschwinden von Mikkel zu tun hast. Oder Erik. Oder Yasin.
Du spinnst.
Was ist für dich? Willst du nicht endlich mit mir sprechen? Soll ich vielleicht irgendjemandem Bescheid geben, dass es dir gut geht? Deine Eltern, ja, die machen sich bestimmt Sorgen. Wenn du willst, egal was es ist, du kannst es mir erzählen.
Hey, hier ist Martha. Nachrichten nach dem Ton.
Hallo?
Hallo Bartosz, mein Name ist Noah.
No way.
Woher kennen Sie meinen Namen?
Hallo Martha.
Hallo.
Ich wollte das zu Katharina.
Anna.
Wie geht's Martha und Magnus? Und Ulrich?
Ich weiß es nicht.
Anna.
Hanna hat uns was zu essen gebracht.
Ich muss los auf die Wache.
Kannst du mich vielleicht mitnehmen? Ich bin mit dem Fahrrad da. Es regnet so.
Anna?
Danke für das Essen.
Könnten Sie das für mich zustellen? Es ist hier im Ort.
Wollen Sie uns schon verlassen?
Ich muss für ein paar Tage verreisen. Aber ich möchte das Zimmer gerne behalten, wenn es geht.
Selbstverständlich, das ist kein Problem.
Es müsste bis heute Abend zugestellt sein.
Hast du was von Martha gehört? Sie ruft mich nicht zurück und ich weiß nicht, was sie jetzt braucht und das Ganze ist irgendwie abgefuckt.
Sie wird sich schon melden, wenn sie soweit ist.
Wenn ich dir ein Geheimnis verrate, kann ich dir vertrauen, dass du es keinem weitererzählst? Ich habe den Kontakt von Eriks Dealer. Und ich treffe ihn heute Abend. Ich gehe da heute Abend auf jeden Fall hin. Und ich will, dass du dabei bist.
Ich bin Noah. Ines hat mich angerufen. Glaubst du an Gott? Was glaubst du dann, wie die Welt entstanden ist? Wer all die schönen Dinge erschaffen hat?
Die Welt ist durch den Urknall entstanden.
Vielleicht ist der Urknall nichts anderes als der Schöpfungsakt Gottes.
Mein Vater sagt, Religion ist Volksverdummung.
Es ist gut, dass er dich erzogen hat, Dinge in Frage zu stellen, aber von Zeit zu Zeit sollte man auch mal die Fragesteller in Frage stellen.
Do you know, see, look, I'm not like a religious person, I don't follow one, but like, I'm not a person that says that religion isn't a thing and God's not real, you know, that's not what I'm for, you know. I just personally believe that, you know, you got to go through things in life and stuff happen to you to find your path, if you know what I mean. So like, you know, these people that go through life situations and they come for all these crazy acts and they find, you know, light at the end of the tunnel and they decide, then, you know, that it was God that helped them or that he passed them through or it made them a better person, you know what I mean? Like they're going through a bad patch in their life and they seek out God, whether it's, you know, whatever religion, you know, Christian, Muslims, you know, you could be a Buddhist, anything, you know, whichever one you choose that makes your life better and a better human and help people in society. That's how you should choose a religion. That's how I like it, in my opinion. Now, no offense to anybody that obviously comes up with one following from the family. It's like, you know, everybody does that. You follow down, you pass on your knowledge. But like, I feel like the best time to seek God or seek a religion is like when you go through a troubled time and it makes you better as a person and you start contributing and helping other people around as well. So like, you know, if I went through to an extreme circumstance like this, losing a kid or something, and then I ended up getting him back, that'll be a time where I'd be thinking, do you know what? Out of all the bad things in the world, like God's just helped us, and maybe start looking into it like that. But Noah's here, interesting. Not seeing him in the present, but definitely seeing him in the past. I'd love to see what he's up to.
Ich will, dass du aufhörst, mich anzurufen. Okay? Hör einfach auf. Ist nicht mehr.
Nicht das für dich, ja? Irgendeine beschissene Affäre. Das kann man nicht einfach so abstellen. Guck mich an. Und jetzt sag mir, dass da nichts ist.
Was ich brauche. Ruf mich nicht an, komm nicht vorbei. Lass uns einfach in Ruhe.
Sagt sie, wenn du erwachsen bist, dann stirbt dein Herz. Und der Satz kommt so, BÄM! Mitten in die Fresse, verstehst du?
Hast du ja mal Lust, mit mir da reinzugehen? Hallo? Hörst du mir überhaupt noch zu?
Ja, wir quatschen später weiter, okay? Wir müssen nicht, wenn du nicht willst.
Lieber mit dir als mit irgendwem anderen. Aber du besorgst Gummis. Ich will kein AIDS und ich will keine Kinder. Auf keinen Fall, okay? Ey.
Ja.
Das ist kein Witz. Niemals.
Zunächst einmal wird das Jugendamt die Fürsorge übernehmen. Das heißt, bis wir seine Familie ermittelt haben und die Situation etwas besser einschätzen können, kommt er in ein Heim. Haben Sie Kinder?
Nein. Ich hatte einen Sohn, der ist kurz nach der Geburt gestorben.
Tut mir leid. Wir finden heraus, zu wem er gehört.
Als damals mein Bruder verschwunden ist, haben die hier so ziemlich jeden Fehler gemacht, den man sich vorstellen kann. Der leitende Ermittler war ein versoffener Vollidiot. Und jetzt schau mich an. Ich bin nichts. Drück meine Frau. Mein Sohn ist verschwunden, ich kann nichts tun.
Hast du schon mal was von dem 33-Jahre-Zyklus gehört? Aber alle 33 Jahre ist alles wieder genauso, wie es war. Die Sterne, die Planeten, das ganze Universum ist wieder auf der exakt gleichen Position. Als ich klein war, hatte ich immer das Gefühl, dass mit Winden irgendwas nicht stimmt. Dasselbe Gefühl habe ich jetzt wieder.
That is interesting. Also, you know, they were saying there back, you know, the woman, the doctor, the nurse in the hospital, that she had a kid. She's not got kids now, even though I think in the present she does. But, like, in that time, she said that she had a child and he died at birth. And, like, it's crazy, isn't it? Because, like, obviously people have children and they do die at birth. And it's like, you know, they go on to have more children. But, like, you would think that that traumatic event might put people off for, literally, for the rest of their lives. And, you know, that's happened to my family. My nan, her first ever child, was only alive for 1 day or something. And then he died. And then, obviously, a few years later, had my dad. And then she's had siblings since. And obviously she decided at that time that, you know, that was too traumatic, that experience. You know, my dad wouldn't have been born. I wouldn't have been born. Do you know what I mean? The ripple effect of that, those decisions of, like, obviously life experiences is pretty crazy, to be honest. And, you know, you've seen it in this episode. She's gone. She said she had a kid. He's passed away and she's not got any. But later in the future, we see that she does. We also see that, obviously, Ulrich and his wife, they're speaking as youngsters, and she's saying that she doesn't want kids, you know what I mean? Like, no, never, not now, not never. And then look into the future, she's got a house full of them and her child's missing, do you know what I mean? Like, small decisions have big effects, you know what I mean? It's interesting to see, obviously, how it changes.
Du siehst ihm ähnlich. Dein Vater.
Kennen wir uns?
Nein. Aber ich kannte deinen Vater. Schon lange her, aber ich kann mich noch gut an ihn erinnern. Er hat mir damals das Leben gerettet. Aber das habe ich erst sehr viel später verstanden. Der Tod ist etwas Unbegreifliches. Aber man kann sich mit ihm versöhnen. Bis dahin solltest du dich jeden Tag fragen, ob du die richtigen Entscheidungen getroffen hast.
Es dauert jetzt ein bisschen. Eine halbe Stunde oder so.
Findest du mich eigentlich schön? Na prima. Weißt du, was ich mir manchmal vorstelle? Dass ich zaubern kann. Also ich stelle mir vor, dass ich etwas will. Ganz doll. Und das passiert dann, weil ich es mir vorstelle.
Kennst du Houdini? Eine Zauberei. Nur Illusion. Die Dinge verändern sich nur, wenn wir sie verändern. Aber man muss es geschickt tun, im Verborgenen. Dann wirkt es wie Zauberei.
Du bist cool.
Nee, ich bin Mikkel.
Hallo Mikkel, Junge aus der Zukunft. Ich bin Hannah.
Meine Mutter hatte mir erzählt von der alten Welt. Vor der Flut. Sie flocht mir die Haare und erzählte schaurige Geschichten. Von meinem Vater und Wesen aus der Unterwelt. Dann zog sie fest an meinen Zöpfen, als ob sie mich für etwas bestrafen wolle, das tief in ihr war. Das an ihr zog aus der Mitte, wie ein Hunger, unstillbar. Die alte
she's gonna climb up and see it, ain't she?
Geist, der nichts ändert. Das alles bleibt. Das Spinnrad sich dreht. Runde um Runde. Ein Faden, rot wie Blut, der unser aller Tun verbindet.
Das war toll. Ich war nicht in Frankreich. Ich war in der Klapse. Die nennen es posttraumatische Störung. Was da im Sommer zwischen uns passiert ist, das war nicht einfach nur nichts, oder? Wenn es alles nicht passiert wäre.
Okay.
Just a quick one there, right? Would you say he's been a bad friend or not? It's tough, that, because, like, obviously, if he technically dated her first, and then, obviously, he went into, like he just said it then, the nut house, you know, this guy technically was a bad friend because he come in and he took his friend's girlfriend or potentially and started dating her. You know what I mean? So then I would say he was a bad friend. But if it was just like a fling, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, they got drunk or they was just like on and off, just having a fun time or whatnot, nothing serious, even though they're saying it's serious now, then it wasn't too bad. I'm 50-50 because he knows that he's definitely, Jonas knows he's going out with her, yet now he's going and making out with her. But then he knew that Jonas was supposed to be going out with her, and then he took her while he was inside. So trying to figure out who's the bad friend there. Is he just reclaiming like what should rightfully have been his relationship? or is he the bad friend for taking away his relationship? You know, I've been thinking that whole time there, like, who's technically the wrong one? This Bartos or Jonas?
Ich bin Bartosz.
Willst du nicht einsteigen?
Betrügst du mich?
Wie kommst du denn da drauf?
Ich frag dich das nur einmal. Betrügst du mich?
Das würde ich niemals tun.
Pa? Wenn man etwas gesehen hat, was man nicht hätte sehen sollen. Etwas, was nicht richtig ist. Wenn jemand mit jemandem etwas macht und das ist falsch. Ich hat ihre Brüste angefasst und hat sich auf sie draufgelegt. Und sie wollte es nicht. Sie hat laut Stopp gerufen und gezappelt. Aber er lag auf ihr drauf. Und dann hat er seine Hose runtergezogen und...
Du musst nicht weiterreden.
Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door, me and the devil walking side by side, and I'm gonna see my man until I get satisfied.
I sent him. The guy sent him.
Lieber Jonas,
ja?
Wenn du das liest, ist alles bereits unwiederbringlich geschehen. Es kann nicht mehr geändert werden. Wahrheit ist ein seltsames Ding. Man kann versuchen, sie zu unterdrücken, aber sie findet immer ihren Weg an die Oberfläche. Wir kennen nicht einmal die Hälfte der Mysterien dieser Welt. Wir sind Wanderer in der Dunkelheit. Am 4. November 2019 bin ich durch die Zeit ins Jahr 1986 blieb und wurde mit der Zeit ein Mann. Wenn du dies liest, bin ich bereits gegangen. Sowohl als Junge als auch als Mann. Alles ist miteinander verbunden. Michael.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich möchte mich gerne mit Ihnen über die Zeit unterhalten.
That is a talk about time. Right, it's mad that. If you think about it, he's just basically said that, Mikkel, I'm your dad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm your father. So, in the present, when Mikkel was, well, I don't know how old he is, so let's just say 11, yeah? He's with Jonas. And then he's gone back in time, and then he's grew up to be Michael, which then ended up being Jonas's dad. So, it's obviously interesting in the context of, obviously, he met his dad when he was younger, but his dad, obviously, in the present, wouldn't notice his dad, because obviously he's young and he's gone back into the past. But then his dad must have known that was happening. So this is what I don't understand, because his dad was obviously alive in the present when his self was alive in the present as Mikkel. He's obviously was born in 2019. Is she called Christina? From Christina and Ulrich. And then he's gone into the past, but he doesn't know them because they're only in school. And he's ended up being kind of taken / fostered by the nurse and then brought up in a separate family. But technically, Ulrich is Jonas's granddad then. Is that not right? You know what I mean? Like, Ulrich is Jonas's granddad. And obviously Jonas's mum is in the present trying to date his granddad. Is that it? I mean, if we're following it, let's be honest, yeah. If Jonas and Chris, I forgot her name, Christina or something, is his mum and dad, yeah. When they've gone to the past, he's been brought up, and obviously he's had a son with Hannah. So now, obviously, you've got Ulrich, his kid, is having a son with Hannah, and then Hannah is trying to get with Ulrich, which is then connected as his family. So it's a bit of a head scramble, to be honest. I kind of following it. It makes sense, but like it also like doesn't a little bit make sense. I'm trying to figure out obviously why the timeline's happening and what's actually going on. But I like the reveal. No longer waiting, questioning, see what's happening. He actually survived in 86 and he just grew up to be in 2019, and he said he had no choice but to end it. And his decision will be revealed, or he'll figure it out and understand why soon. So that was good as well. Do you know what I mean? They've all been pretty decent episodes, to be honest, and a bit of head scramblings and interesting what's going on, so I'm liking it. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. Bit of a head scramble at the end. Great reveal. Good little twist going on. I'm liking it. At least we know that one of the children did actually make it to the past and then stay alive. Didn't actually die. You know, I think that we've had revealed, obviously, Eric's been killed. The kid before him's been killed. And obviously, is he called Yasin? He's been taken as well, but we don't actually know what's happened to him yet. You know what I mean? Last episode, he was taken at the end. Today's episode, it was insinuated that he's missing. And then, obviously, we didn't really see anything of him later in the episode, but we did get all of this backstory with the past and present. It wasn't focused on one, wasn't focused on this one. It was just a little bit of a mixture between them. Now I've got to say, I really do hate the fact that Hannah actually lied to the police about Ulrich sexually assaulting somebody. I hate that stuff. Physically, it really pisses me off. I've got to say, it boils down to the core. You know, for example, when somebody reports something like that to the police, first of all, it should be when it actually happens, because it's a serious thing that I shouldn't be absolutely pissed around with. Do you know what I mean? You see all these people in life that actually do get attacked and stuff like that, and it's the boy who cried wolf. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of these things where like people say it and they chat so much all of the time that when it actually comes to it and somebody actually is you know, assaulted and this like crazy stuff goes on, it's not taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's nothing to be messed around with, honestly. It annoys me every single time I see it. One, because obviously when people do get attacked and it does actually happen to somebody, the severity of it is not as drastic as it should be, because you've got the boy who cried wolf or the girl who cried wolf consistently going on and lying about it. The second thing that annoys me about it is when stuff like this actually happens, yeah, it's Ulrich, it's the boy, it's the person that's been accused that has to plead their innocence when they've not actually had nothing wrong doing. You know what I mean? I've said it before if you've watched the channel, but I know somebody who's actually had something like this happen to them before, and obviously the weight of it and on them, they've ended up taking their own life because of the pressure and what society, and obviously like they thought that people was going to be judging them for it, and everybody's been talking about them, and then later on, a year or two later, the same person's done it again, accused somebody else, and it turns out the whole thing was absolutely falsified, and obviously somebody innocent has lost their life from a false accusation. So I mean, I know it's a little stress and a little rant right there. It actually does get to me because it's a touchy feeling, and obviously we've been through like these experiences before. Only ever obviously do something like this when it's severely happening. Do you know what I mean? Not because you're jealous that somebody's in a relationship or you want to get back at somebody because you broke up with somebody or something like that. It's serious business, and obviously we want whoever's been victim of it to have the facilities to obviously get better, and we want the people that are obviously lying to actually get something happening to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing actually ever happens to the person that's chatting, so that should happen as well. But apart from that, let's back into the episode. Again, interesting stuff. Good reveal from Mikhail. Jonas has got this letter now. I want to see what he does and what he deals with it, you know, going into the next episode. We did see, interestingly, that the woman who actually put that book down to the grave, the nurse who's in the present, had the letter first from his dad, from Michael, and he said don't open it since 10/13, obviously in November, and she's done that and she's read it, and hers was pristine, crispy condition. Now we're just seeing obviously Jonas get it, and it's the same letter, but it's not me. It looks like it is from 86 and it is from the past, and it's dirty and everything, it's ripped up and it's manky, and it looks like to me it's two different letters. I mean, it's the same letter, but it just looks like it's from two different times, which again is really interesting. He's found the map as well, Jonas, and he's going through it, he's looking at it. I want to see what gets revealed with that. You know, Ulrich, I'm assuming that he's never going to find his son, because obviously how can he find him? If his son disappeared in 19 and then went back to the past in 86 and then lived a full life to end up having Jonas, then he's never going to find him, is it? It wouldn't make sense, because if he does find him, then how do the events occur from the past to obviously the present to him being born? That's where the head scramble starts. That's where the mystery gets unraveled. That's where I'm excited for us to go down, and I want to see what's going on in the nuclear plant as well. You know, I think we did get mentioned in the first episode that something was going to happen to it, that it was going to close down maybe in a year's time, and then we had the moving stuff as well, and then we had the backstory of the barrels, and then we've seen all these mysterious things going on in the books, and obviously the person that was passing it over to the female that was in charge was cryptic as well and saying that she has to take control of it now. And there's something going on over there. There's stuff going on underneath the case and it needs to be all revealed. And it's all a big mystery right now and I'm excited to find out. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.